Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. And I see we already had a comment. Good evening, Keisha. Thank you very much for stopping by. First of all, let me just state, I'm really this is an unplanned stream. This is basically going to be open discussion plus motivational message for today. And I see Gigi is in the chat. Good evening, Gigi. Thank you very much for stopping by. Now, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense because here on this platform, we discuss everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions, but not everyone uses logic. So for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. And first of all, huge shout out to all the people who have already subscribed to the channel. Uh, Huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media. A huge shout out to all those who allow me to enter into your devices. And a huge shout out to all the people who are watching in the clouds. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is the following. If you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification to all. So, therefore, whenever I produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback. Now, as I stated, this is not planned, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my thoughts on certain things that I have to get off my chest. It's not meant to be like bitter, but I do have a few opinions about many things. First of all, let me just state that for anyone who's thinking about becoming a YouTube creator, there's a few things you need to bear in mind. First of all, you will need to develop a thick skin because after some length of time, you will be facing with haters. Okay, there are gonna be people that are gonna be hating on you because of your content, or they're gonna be hating on you because of the people that you choose to associate with. Okay, um, you're just gonna have to learn to deal with it, and you're just gonna learn to, in time, you will discern who you can work with and who you can avoid. Okay. Another thing that will help you in your journey becoming a YouTube creator is developing what is your mission statement, what is your niche. Okay, whether it be sports, whether it be reaction videos, or what have you, and be true to yourself. That is the main thing. Okay, and that's something that I have tried to do for the last 2 years plus. And I have, first of all, as always, I really appreciate all the love, all the support that all of you have given me, particularly as of late. Um, the fact of the matter is, within 4 weeks, I've gained 25 subs, and now I'm over 40,000 views, thanks to all the love and all the support all of you have given me. So, now there is one human story I want to share before I get into the main talking points. And this is something that it was shared to me. Okay, just give me a moment. Uh, okay, this is something that I picked up actually, someone shared it with me on Instagram. Okay, now there is a 17-year-old girl. Her name is Dorothy Jean Tillman. What's so special about her? Okay, what's special about her is that she is 17 years old and she just received her PhD. Yes, you heard correctly. She received her PhD. Okay, and already at the age of 17, prior to that, she had earned her high school diploma, a bachelor's degree, and double majors. Okay, and her PhD, all at the ripe age of 17 years old. Okay. Now, why I'm highlighting this person? Because, first of all, she is a perfect example of what a young person can achieve if they apply, the discipline and utilize the skills and talents that God has given her. Okay, so huge shout out to her, and I think she's gonna have a very successful future in life as long as she continues to remain focused on who she is and get past the haters. Speaking about haters, of course we have to think about um, number one, um, Canadian export. Okay. Before I continue, let me just state that the link to join the panel has been pinned. If at any point anyone wants to join the panel and express their point of view, they can do so. Uh, my poor hybrid, he's been hurting big time ever since his channel was deleted for the second time. Okay, and of course, his ego does not allow him to accept the reality. This that his channel has been deleted, most likely because he violated um, YouTube community guidelines, which if you violate in such areas as far as hate speech, or if you constantly air copyright material without um, the fair use clause, I mean, you can risk losing your channel. And of course, he's taking the laws like a big baby. Okay, so what is his reaction? Is to come after me. Okay, first of all, Hybrid, I did not cause you to lose your channel. You did it all by yourself with your heteronormative crap. Good evening, Irby. Thank you very much for stopping by. Oh, and before I forget, um, I just want to encourage you to subscribe to Dreadlock Diaries and Golden Goddess's channel. Okay, particularly now that her membership has reactivated. I think it's like $3 a month or whatever. You be able to gain access to some uh, membership material that they're going to be seeing inward. Also, it's an opportunity for Golden Goddess to let her hair down, so to speak, and be herself. But getting back to a number one mental patient from Canada, okay. So he's been going after, he's been going on after me, and after going after um, Grand Merchant all time. And I'm glad to see that you are finally getting some, a day off. I can just imagine you, Gigi. You've been working very hard, okay, and we all need a break. So, and of course, he cannot accept the loss gracefully. He had to do some mimes about me, which I in turn, guess what? I decided to return the favor. Okay. Um, Now the fact of the matter is, oh my goodness, I don't know if this is hybrid or this is a troll. Okay. uh, you know what? Look, hybrid. Why don't you just admit the fact that you lost the battle, you lost the war, and get yourself some therapy that you need? Really, I mean, really, really. You're quite welcome, Keisha. Keisha, you're quite welcome. I mean, yeah. Let me see. Actually, he's already been blocked. Thank you very much, Irby. I mean, this is something. Okay, first of all, just because you have one channel, okay, one channel, doesn't mean the other channel was deleted. Okay, so really, thank you very much, Irby. Look, the bottom line is this: he cannot deal with the loss, and he cannot deal with the fact that I'm doing way better than him. Okay, first of all, 25 subs in 4 weeks, which is basically, I mean, the same number of subs that he had in his pathetic little platform, okay, which he runs like an echo chamber, and the fact that I have one short that gotten over 5,000 views, and another short that gotten almost 2,000 views. Um, you know what, Keisha, I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. But the fact that he's going on and on, with his battle of futility, first of all against me, and then against Grant Marchand, which is like, really, really, don't you have enough losses already? You already had your main channel deleted, which had, excuse, oh, I'm sorry, you actually had 79 subs. Bef- Thank you very much. Thank you, Irby. Um, 79 subs before it was deleted. No, of course, you know why? Because his main channel was deleted. Good evening, brother. No, nothing. I just decided to do um, a last minute stream to get something off my chest. So of course I'm speaking about how our dear friend Hybrid got his main channel deleted again. Okay. Now the question is, will he ever learn, or would he continue with the same thing? I mean, look, he's been known as Hybrid Vigor, Hybrid the Healer, Hybrid the Queen Maker Slayer, Hybrid the Sheriff, Hybrid whatever. I mean, really, really. It's funny because my channel is known under one name and one name only: Uncommon Sense. I don't have to keep reinventing myself. Okay, I don't have to keep reinventing myself, getting into uh, getting into social wars with people um, about stuff that I know absolutely nothing about. Okay, the fact of the matter is, um, Hybrid has no experience dealing with life in the United States, and yeah, that is true. That is true. And one thing that certain people need to bear in mind, which is, um, most successful creators on a platform, they don't achieve their success by themselves. It is a collective. Okay, and I happen to be blessed that I have multiple people who week in and week out support my platform. Okay, I have people who are gracious enough uh, to share my content, whether it be uh, KFit, whether it be Gigi. So I appreciate. And basically, this is just basically. I'm just gonna say what's on my mind, and if hybrid wasn't such a pain in the behind, I would feel bad for him. Okay, first of all, he's in his 40s. He's living in Canada, and he's talking about this heteronormative stuff and this ongoing conflict with feminism. Good evening, Reese. Long time no see. Thank you very much for stopping by. But the fact of the matter is ongoing conflict regarding feminism, women, regarding the African American community, and also regarding the LGBTQ plus community. Now, let me make this perfectly clear. I have, of course, I have my disagreements regarding the LGBTQ plus community, but but I do give them the respect that they deserve because why? They are human beings. They are many of them are responsible adults, and they know how to conduct themselves for the most part. Okay. Now, grant you have some people, some people who that don't give the best example. But remember what I said before, and I'll say it again: there is good and bad in every community, and I just find it hard to believe that I was actually referred to compared to Hitler simply for stating that if you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. I mean, really, really. When he said that, I mean, it kind of gives me the impression that this person is deeply hurt. Okay, he has some sort of trauma that was never been resolved. Okay, and I don't say this with malice, but I will say this: I think the best thing for him to do is to follow. Take a break off of YouTube for at least 6 months. Go get therapy. Deal with whatever stuff that caused him to act that way, and not come back to YouTube until he's emotionally whole. Okay. When he's emotionally whole, perhaps he can create content that's actually worth spending time to consume. Because unfortunately, all he does is reaction videos regarding Gigi, reaction regarding you, Jojo, me, and what have you. I mean, and look, I really do, all kidding aside, um, hybrid. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And that's the problem. And it's not. No, it's not. I mean, look, I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. If it was, excuse me, if it was left up to me, every person that wants to create a platform on YouTube will need to go through a psychological evaluation because I see a lot of people that are hurt. And one thing that happens, hurt people hurt people. Okay. And unfortunately, someone like Hybrid Vigor, whose real name is Sean, I forgot his first name, uh, he's definitely injured, okay, psychologically. Okay. So, Hybrid, do yourself and do your fellow Canadians a favor. Get the therapy that you need. Now, another thing, yeah, now another thing that I want to address is this craziness regarding filing false claims with children's services. I have a huge problem with that. First of all, basically what you're doing is you're using the services um, of the government to try to create harm on an individual. I have a huge problem with that for multiple reasons. First of all, the time that that's being invested dealing with a false um, claim of abuse and neglect, um, what that does is takes away time and resources on those people that truly need to be investigated. Okay, and of course, some of you know I am a municipal employee. Furthermore, I am a mandated reporter. But before I was I was a municipal employee. I worked in foster care for 5 years. Okay, and what I used to do was to help to prepare the people become licensed foster parents. And among the things that I try to impress on these new people is that when you're dealing with children in the foster care system, you're dealing with children who have been scarred. You're dealing with children that have been physically abused. You're dealing with children that have been mentally abused. You're also dealing with children that's been exploited um, in many horrible ways, which I am not going to get into detail because I don't want to get my channel flagged. Um, so they're dealing with a great deal of mental and emotional and physical trauma. So as a result, it's going to be very hard for these children to trust anyone. So when you're dealing with children in the foster care system, it requires a great deal of patience. Okay, not everyone can be a foster parent. Okay, and not everyone can be an adopted parent. So I think you need to bear that in mind. And and of course, we know that there have been certain YouTube creators that have been victims of false allegations of child abuse and neglect, and that bothers me to no end. Okay, I'm that bothers me to no end, and what I will say to this to other people that make false claims of abuse um, regarding children, you don't know the harm that you're causing these people. Okay, let's see. You are correct. You are correct. Not everyone has has the testable fortitude needed to be a foster parent. Okay. No, that was not no, no. What happened? Okay, what happened is I'm sitting on my couch, so sometimes it makes those kind of noise. No, it's not. I'm not breaking wind. I am not breaking wind. But no, but getting back, it really. But you know what? The fact of the matter is, it does trouble me um, when people make those type of false claims. Gigi, if you wish to hit the panel, if you're able, you can do so. Same thing goes to you, Giorgio. Anyone that's on the chat, they can do so. Now, let me remind you that people who I don't know, who have never been here before, I will ask to cam up in the backstage because the last thing I want is someone getting on the panel and just flashing something inappropriate. Okay, okay. And I'm sure Gigi, um, you have a couple of things to say. Now, I did. Mhm. Okay. Now, I did. Okay. No. Now, I did catch Gigi's last couple of streams because it was posted on members only, and I happen to be a member. And one thing I will say about Gigi, okay, um, you know, she has a heart of gold. Okay, she has a heart of gold. I mean, she's very passionate. She's very supported. She's been very supported um, regarding this platform. She's been supported regarding K-Shell's channels. Also, she's been very supportive. Okay, okay. Um, but you know what's been, but you know what's been, but you know what's the problem? And this is something that I've seen. Yes, there's something that I've seen. Now there have been other people that she has supported, and unfortunately, um, they have bitten the hand that fed her. Okay, I'm not gonna mention any. I'm not gonna mention any names because I don't need to go there. But I mean, look, when you think about it, there's been numerous YouTube creators that she has supported, and and unfortunately, they're not always reciprocated, and sometimes they have attacked her, which is a shame. Okay, but one thing I will say this about Gigi, she definitely have a heart of gold. I mean, she's definitely very warm. She's a warm person. She's very caring. She's very intelligent. I mean, she's very creative when it comes to her content. And I appreciate the fact that at numerous times she has shared my content. She has also allowed me to share her content as well. And I said it before, and I will say it again. I will continue to share her content as long as she gives me permission to do so. Okay, and I'm not embarrassed. Okay, do we agree all the time? No. Okay, and first of all, there's a couple things to take into consideration. I'm a male, she's a female. There's also a difference regarding generations. I'm a baby boomer. I think she's a millennial. So we're gonna have different perspectives, okay, on different things. You're quite welcome, and I mean it, and I mean it, okay. And you know what? One thing that I want people to understand: when I created this channel was never meant to be an echo chamber. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, we have seen that in these YouTube streams. Okay. And like I said before, and it bothers me um, on a personal level and on a professional level. And a professional level, it bothers me because I am a mandated reporter. And the fact that time had to be spent to investigate false claims while there are real cases of abuse that are not being able to follow through because we're spending time and energy pursuing false claims. And also, and also on a personal level, I mean, because the amount, I mean, the amount of suspicion that a person that's been falsely accused, that's terrible. Yeah, that is true. Unfortunately, that is true. And one thing that I've tried to do, and I'll continue to do so, is practice discernment as far as who to avoid and who to embrace. Okay, and of course, um, one accusation that was made is the fact that I am a racist. First of all, okay, let's see this. Yeah, it's sad, Gigi. First of all, I mean, look, it seems like when a person cannot debate you intelligently, then I guess that's when people come up with the race card. First of all, people who know me know that I interact with just about everybody. Okay, if you take a look at my mods, okay. I have mods who are Latino. I have mods who are black. I have mods who are mixed. I have mods who are men. I have mods that are women. Okay, Gigi is my mod, one of my mods. Multi is one of my mods. Kenshaw is one of my mods. Irby is one of my mods. I mean, I can go on. I think I got about maybe 10 to 15 mods. It's a little bit of everything. So, and of course, yeah, yeah, that's a shame. That is a shame. And 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 I see here we have the Euro Afric Outlook. Blessings to you, brother. Thank you very much for stopping by. Tonight, I'm just simply sharing what's on my mind. Okay, so it's a last minute stream I decided to do. And of course, Grand Merchant, Grand Merchant all time, um, had says piece and things of that nature. Gigi has said her piece, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna share. Unfortunately, I don't have the privilege of having like membership, private membership, because I have not reached a number of subs to do so. I know eventually I will, thanks to the support of all of you in time. So I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go out there. I'm just gonna say whatever the fluff is on my mind. Whoever doesn't like it, too bad. Okay. I mean, really, with all due respect, I don't have the time to worry about people who do not like me, who do not like the people that I choose to associate with, the things of that nature. I get it. Okay. Now, I am not everybody's cup of tea. Well, you know what? I'm too old to worry. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry, but not being sorry. Okay. And one thing that all of us need to do is we need to develop an attitude of, you know what? We're gonna we're just gonna concentrate on being the best version of yourself. Okay. And if people cannot deal with our best version, then guess what? It's their loss. It is not my loss. It is their loss. Okay. I mean, like I said before, I'm too old to be worrying about who doesn't like me, who doesn't like me. Too old to be worrying about people painting a certain narrative. Yeah, you know what? I hate to say it, but it is true. It is true. And and the fact of the matter is, what finds it crazy is that people get butthurt by the fact that I choose to associate with certain people. Okay. Yes, that is true. Okay. And this is the thing about me as well. Okay. Um, everyone is welcome to this platform. I do have certain rules. Okay. Which is, first of all, oh, that's right. Oh, before I forget, Keisha has a new channel called Grapevine NY. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you to please check out her content and subscribe. Keisha, I don't know if you feel comfortable hopping in, hopping on the panel for a couple minutes just to briefly just share your channel. Um, but look, I have said this before, and I'm going to say it again. If you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. Okay. And I've been dealing. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Gigi. Oh man, I think I have the best mods in the world. Thank you very much for dropping that link. But but you know something, I do have some of the best mods in the world. Okay, and I really appreciate and I love my mods to death. Okay. Yes, yes. Hit the link. Yes. But look, and I know for a fact, um, certain people have issues with the people. Like I said, people have issues with who I hang out with. Okay, really, yeah. And to be perfectly honest, look, to be perfectly honest, you know what I did uh, recently? I have blocked um, Magic, Future, and Anthony from my Discord. Okay, so so you know what I did? I unblocked them. So if they wish to reach out to me in Discord or in Instagram, they can do so. Okay, I'm not going to reach out to them. Okay, thank you very much. But look, because at because look, in order to have respectable dialogue, you need two parties. Okay, so if they choose to reach out to me and have respectable dialogue, okay, we can do that. Um, what I'm gonna ask is, just people are gonna have to, people are just gonna have to accept the fact that I'm gonna, okay, people are gonna have to accept the fact that I'm cool with the people I'm cool with. Okay, yeah. Look, in all fairness, I'm not all that active with Discord either. I mean, I'm more active with Instagram and TikTok. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? This is the thing. Some people just need to learn how to grow up and just go on with life. Okay? I mean, this constantly going back and forth, this constantly bringing up people's past and what have you, bringing up mugshots. I mean, I'm sorry, it's so 2022, if you know what I mean. Okay, first of all, it's too juvenile. Okay, no one is perfect. Okay, excuse me, but the only one that I know it's perfect is Jesus Christ. And the last time I checked, none of us is Jesus Christ. None of us walked on water. None of us turned water into wine. And none of us raised people from the dead. So, this constantly going back and forth and, you know, um, doxing and making false allegations and constantly bringing people's past. Okay, look. The fact of the matter is, when you point the accusing finger at someone, four fingers are looking back at you. Okay. And of course, I'm a Christian. So therefore, I'm going to look at things a little differently. Okay. And the fact of the matter is, no one can claim the high moral ground. Okay. I mean, we all have made mistakes. Okay. Some of us, the mistakes have been big. Others, the mistakes have not been so big. Okay. I have made my share of mistakes. Okay. So this whole notion of uh, constantly going back and forth and reminding people of their past and things of that nature. Okay, what is the hope? What is the purpose? Okay, other than to bring shame. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That is true. That is true. Look, we can deal with imperfections and we can deal with people who are being sincere. Hey, Grand Merchant, all time. Good evening. Thank you very much for stopping by, sir. Actually, I'm just getting a few things off my chest. Of course, we were talking about our favorite number one mental patient from Canada and his ongoing conflict regarding me, you, and what, you know. Yeah, look, this is the thing. No one is a complete angel. No one is a complete devil. Okay. We all have done things in our lifetimes that we may not be all the proud of. Yeah, I know. I know. It never ends. If he's not talking about you, he's doing means about me. I mean, really. I mean, I gotta say this much. I appreciate the free pass hybrid that you've been giving me and also giving Grandma Sean. I mean, listen, that's true. We're all human beings and we need this exercise of spirit forgiveness. We need to erase these lines. I agree. I agree 100%, brother. Okay. And as a Christian, one of the key messages. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I'm trying to behave, but you know what? I don't know which one is father, Sylvester the cat or Daffy Duck. Okay, exactly. But look, and of course he's talking about he's being doxxed, He's talking about having death threats, him and his and I turned Leslie girlfriend. Okay. Okay. Oops. Okay. Well, you know what? That is an individual choice, which we all need to respect. Okay. We all need to respect that. Okay. I'm not going to judge anybody. You know, I have never been in that situation. You know what? I don't think he has a girlfriend. Seriously. First of all, because he never. First of all, I mean, if you go on his streams, and I'm using the term loosely, all you hear is see in the chat is him and him talking, and he's usually talking gibberish. Okay, so I don't think. Excuse me, I don't think he has a girlfriend. Okay, and his talk about his heteronormative behavior. Excuse me. Yep. And we all know for a fact that he's watching the stream as we speak. And we also know for a fact he's probably having a conniption fit because, hey, he cannot deal with reality. He cannot deal with the fact that he lost the war. He cannot deal with the fact that he's not well liked. Yeah. Now, before I left my guest in, let me just state for the record that the views of those who appear on the panel are not necessarily those of the host of the channel. Any attempt to copy the material without the consent of the host is prohibited. By appearing on the call, you waive your right to some of the views that people might hold may be considered offensive to some viewers. If you do not like the content, you can block the channel. And now we're going to welcome our guest. Good evening, brother.
Hey, what's going on, Jose? Thanks
Well,
for the warm
nothing.
welcoming.
Yes, you're welcome. No, I just actually this was not planned. I decided just to got on tonight and just express a few things that's on my mind. How you doing, sir?
Yeah. So far I've just been enjoying everything that we've been discussing here in the panel.
Yeah.
Nice.
Uh, yeah. Well, I did enjoy your little video regarding um Yankee what's it Yankee um I forgot his name
Daddy Yankee,
Daddy Yankee.
aka Ramon Luis
Yes,
Rodriguez. Oh yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, becoming a born again Christian, I really enjoy that.
Oh yeah, same here. And I appreciate him even more for that as well. Because I've been listening to that guy for the past 20 years.
In fact,
But
to be perfectly honest, you kind of inspire me to do a stream on Friday, which I'm going to be talking about famous people that became born again.
yeah, I think that will really be a very productive stream that we could all do, and I'll see whether I can make it whenever you launch the stream. Yeah, just
Well,
keep us in the loop for that.
yeah, because you know what, you know, we need to highlight um, the fact that you know we're in this world, but yet we're not of this world. Okay, and whenever, okay, come on, whenever anyone comes to the saving knowledge of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I mean, it's always gratifying. In fact, we all know what Luke 15:7 says. There's more joy in heaven for one sinner to repent than for 99 respectable people who did not need to repent.
Exactly. And speaking about like everything that you were talking about, Jose, there was something I wanted to bring up on a related note because
Okay.
I could see that, like a lot of people, like in the chat, brought up things like forgiveness. So I think that maybe some people may have a bit of a misconception as to like what forgiveness entails. So technically speaking, and I know that Gigi, you were saying that no, you can't really forgive that or something. So Gigi, what it really means is that you definitely don't let them off the hook because we already know that what that guy is doing is despicable, let alone saying that I'm basically a killer. And I've never killed anybody in my lifetime. What it means is that you find peace within yourself and you show how stronger you are to just keep the good show going and just leave them to their own devices while at the same time not excusing everything that they've done or forgetting what they've done. But you show how very spiritually robust you are to get through it and just keep the good show going. But
Okay.
then again, that's actually like what like true forgiveness entails. So in other words, do we have to
First of
forgive
all,
them?
let's.
Yes, because if we are asking the Lord to forgive us for our transgressions, then we are supposed to pretty much demonstrate the same thing to others, while it
Mhm.
not really meaning that we bring them back into our circle or sing some kumbaya with them. Hell to the no. I'm not singing kumbaya with that guy.
You hear me?
But then again, that dude is full on forgiven by me. But then again, I just pray that he gets delivered from his problems still, because clearly that dude is just projecting his demons all over his page. But that's just my 2 cents on it. But hey, what's up, Will?
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yes.
you wonderfully well.
Good evening, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me on, Jose. Peace and blessings.
Peace and
Uh,
blessings to you.
yeah, I just wanted to speak to that and say, me personally, I would extend it. Uh, but then if it's not received, then I would brush the dirt off my shoes and keep it moving. But I would be, freeing myself from harboring any type of hatred or resentment. You know what I'm saying? And so that's key right there. Like the scripture tells us, you know, brush, brush the dirt off your shoes and keep it moving. Whenever anywhere you're not received at, you know.
Yes. And in all fairness, I did offer an olive branch to Magic, Future, and Anthony. So what I've done was I unblocked them from my Discord and Instagram. At any point they wish to reach out to me and have a respectable dialogue, I'm willing to listen. But it's had to be something that we both want to do.
I truly hope that does come to pass. I would love to see that.
Yeah. Um, it's there's been a lot of hurt involved, but the fact of the matter is, I can harbor the hurt or just go on. And if they refuse my invitation, hey, at least I made the offer.
I think there's a lot of potential behind that. But then again, I do understand that it's just been a lot of baggage for, throughout the whole year.
Yeah, but those are issues that those three are going to need have to deal with their own individual consciences. Okay. Um, I do not know a great deal regarding either one of the three. Um, at one time, they were welcome on my platform, but look, you know what? And, let me just share with the audience. I recall, actually, this is okay. Actually, there's a story regarding Corey Tim Boom. Okay. She was a Dutch person who was in a prison camp in World War II, and of course, she dealt with a lot of horrible things happened to her. And then years later, one of the Nazi prison guards approached her and asked her if there's any way that she can forgive him. You know that she did.
Yes, much like
Okay.
the same way that Jesus forgave Peter and Judas Iscariot.
Okay. And I think one thing we need to understand, forgiveness does not mean automatically that we embrace them back into our fold. What it means is that the memory of what happened no longer hurts us.
Yeah, it's more of like a self therapy. It's more something you're doing for yourself, and I don't mean that to sound like selfish in context, but if it frees you, it breaks shackles, and it allows you to move on psychologically, spiritually speaking. You know, otherwise it's like holding hot coils in your lap. You know, harboring that hatred is just going to continue to fill you with bitterness, anger, and rage. That's going to keep you in a psychological prison.
Amen.
Yeah.
And Will, what does bitterness do to you? Take a good guess, bro, because so far you are on point.
Go ahead and tell me, brother.
It causes you to curse at things that were once blessed to you. Do you want to do that?
Well, like I said, like I said before, the whole point of forgiveness is that the harm that was inflicted on you no longer cause you hurt. Okay.
Yeah, you are 100% right, Irby. I actually have forgiven somebody that has done a great deal of harm, especially somebody, who, wants to continue to assassinate my character and try to implicate me in a hate crime where somebody was actually murdered. Of course, because it's more so of a way of just telling yourself is that you're not really that hurt by what the person is doing or what he's saying, and you're just not really letting that impede like your walk with the Lord. You're not really letting that like corrupt your peace and just make you feel very bitter to where now you're having trouble just moving on. But it's more so taking your power back, because what is peace? Peace is power.
But
But it doesn't mean that
Amen.
I'm going to go back and be in cahoots with any of those people who done that amount of damage.
Right. It
but
don't mean we gonna join hands, like me and that person theoretically. It don't mean we gonna join hands and be happy and dandy. It just means, hey, I acknowledge you over there, acknowledge me, I'm moving on. I'm brushing the dirt off my shoes and I'm marching forward, you know, and I harbor no hatred or resentment towards you, you know.
yeah. And one thing we have to bear in mind, and I said this before and I'll say it again, that hurt people. And when he can actually compare me to Hitler, simply because I made the statement, if you're cool with me, I'm cool with you, that's a sign of a deliverance that's needed.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much how it is with just about anybody, like if you cool with me, I'm cool with you, to an extent. So like, are we all Hitler?
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
I mean, look, the fact, the narrative that people want to paint, I mean, it boggles the mind. I mean, when you think about it, okay? And I mean, look, the only thing that Hybrid has managed to do is just create a lot of free press for the people that he hates. Okay, so it's like, okay, and I think we just lost our brother here. But yeah, look, when everything is said and done, look, we cannot save everybody, but we can pray for people and just know who to embrace and who to avoid. Avoid.
Yeah,
Would you agree?
yeah, I agree with that. I feel like you said, we can't save everybody, and it ain't our job because none of us have the authority to do so. All we can do is pray for our enemies and brush the dirt off our shoes and move on. The scriptures say that at the end, when all the souls are gathered, some of them are going to be like the bad trees that yielded bad fruit, and they're going to be cast away. So that right there tells us that we ain't here to be saving everybody. It's not our job. They don't want to be saved, you know. But like I said, all we can do is just pray for them. That's washing our hands, keeping our intentions righteous and just, you know, and brush the dirt off our boots and keep trucking.
Yeah, but one thing that it took me a while to deal with is the fact that you have a lot of people who who are hurt mentally, who are psychologically damaged. Um, I mean, you can see it all the time how they interact with people. All the naked toxicity and have you, and the doxing, the false allegations, and things of that nature. I mean, it's horrible when you think about it.
Sorry about that. I accidentally signed off. But yeah, carry on.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Look, I can get it why people are very hesitant to forgive. Okay, like I said, forgiveness does not mean embracing them back into the fold. Okay, and look, people have to have the desire to change. Okay, if people don't have the desire to change, there's really nothing you can do. Just avoid them. This is more.
Yeah.
This is more like talking on what's on my mind. Okay, um, that's what it is. I have a few. I had a few things that I wanted to say, get off my chest, which I did. Of course, I started with the fact that anyone who's thinking about being a YouTube creator, there's certain things they need to do. They need to develop a thick skin. They need to have to know what is their niche, what is how to develop what is going to be their mission statement. Um, yeah, I agree. I agree. And then just be true to yourself and know sooner or later that you're gonna have haters, and then eventually, of course, I dealt with hybrid with his kerfuffle with me, with the mines, and is going on with Grand Marchand and things of that nature. Look, it's just more to get, it's just more really to get something off my chest. Okay. Um, um, Will, would you like to share if you have if you have like a channel? Would you like to just enlighten us what is your channel's about?
Yeah, the channel is the Euro Africa Outlook, and it's basically just meant to be a beacon of inspiration for not just mulatto, meaning mixed race people, mixed race with black and white, but also in anything within that variation, regardless if you have two mulatto parents, maybe you have one mulatto parent, and or maybe you're MGM, whatever. When my channel first started, it didn't take that direction immediately, and I kind of fell in with some individuals who, after analyzing them, I realized, wait, these people are just downright evil, and they don't represent righteousness or balance. And so I separated myself from those people, and I'm no longer, like, I guess you would say, quote unquote, pro mulatto. Uh, I'm just Euro Afrik. I still consider myself a quote unquote mulatto, but my channel's taking a direction of just inspiration, unshakable faith, uh, exercise, motivation, overall positivity, uplifting, you know, people from all walks of life. Not just, I mean, you could be Hispanic, black, white, mulatto, Asian, whatever, what have you. Um, but I'm just here to uplift.
Okay.
Same. And like, I just really like, Will, that you're just trying to be very multifaceted on your platform, because that's pretty much the direction that I've taken. Now, yeah, I will, continue to like identify the way I am, but I'm always going to be that. So that's why I've taken more of a very family driven, like, post, or like not a post, but a very family driven route on my platform. Hence why you guys have practically seen my whole family now, on the community tabs. So I'm kind of more about that, and just along with like sharing, like, other people's testimonies, like the recent case here with Daddy Yankee. But you can see that it's not really all that quote unquote pro mulatto anymore. I mean, it still is to an extent, because you can still see that I'm hashtagging stuff like MLS women of the 20th century, or like MLS babies of the 90s. So I'm still am making like a reference to that, or at least I'm alluding it to a great extent. You can see what I'm about, but I'm not really trying to push like some radical agenda anymore.
Yeah. Well, I was just sharing with Jojo that I'm going to be doing a string on Friday night at 10:15. Actually, the string is going to be focusing on celebrity who became born again.
Yeah, I really am trying to make it to that. So just like set a date. I mean, I know
Well,
it's Friday though, but set like the time and everything, and then I'll see
well,
whether
okay,
I could
okay.
squeeze it in.
It's going to be 10:15 Eastern Standard Time, which I think it's eight.
7:15 here in Nevada.
Yeah.
You're 3 hours ahead of me.
Okay.
Okay.
And you know what? And to be perfectly honest, Georgia, you kind of inspired me to do that.
Okay. Nice. I'm glad that I could be like a source of inspiration for somebody else. I think that's ultimately what like our platform should be about, is be a good source of inspiration to others though, and uplift them, inspire, and and edify, more importantly though.
Yes. Also, what I've been doing lately, I've been dealing with a lot of mental health issues because we all know for a fact that from Thanksgiving to New Year's, what for many of us, the holidays are a happy time. For others, it's a lonely, depressing time. Depression goes up. Also, the thoughts of self-deletion goes up as well. So that's why I devote a great deal of my content dealing with mental health issues as far as how to deal with the holidays after losing a loved one, how to have the proper um, perspective regarding the holidays, because sometimes our expectations can be very high.
Yeah, it's just because like during like the holidays, it tends to bring back such strong and profound memories that we're probably not really ever going to get back. And then clearly, we're all human beings at the end of the day. So how are we going to respond to that when we already know that our loved ones can't really be with us?
Yes, that could, and, and the first holiday season after the death of a loved one, um, that's it's very bittersweet. And one thing we have to bear in mind is that we need to be realistic regarding our expectations and be more compassionate with ourselves.
Speaking about forgiveness and everything, we also not only have to be more compassionate about ourselves, though, but we also have to accept ourselves, and we most definitely have to forgive ourselves too.
That is true. That is true because one thing that can be very hard is that, okay, yes, we've been forgiven for all the evil that we did, but the problem is the ability to forgive ourselves and to accept that forgiveness.
Exactly, though, because because like clearly I was like a big time like self hater just like a few years ago, but I took the steps of which starts in this order: self acceptance, then self forgiveness, and then comes self love. Because a lot of people like to say, oh, you need to love yourself, love yourself. Yes, love yourself, but more importantly, accept yourself
Hey,
so that
real
you can
quick,
actually have this semblance of peace that you're striving for. But what's
real,
up? What's up,
real
Will?
quick, my fault, Georgia. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I got to run. It was a great stream. Peace and blessings to you, Jose, to you, Georgia, and to everybody in the chat. And
Well,
I'll catch the next one.
Yeah, likewise, Will,
well,
and
thank you very
you're
much.
always more than welcome.
All right,
Sometime this
Well,
month,
thank you
though,
very
I'll
much
actually
for
put out
stopping
my
by. You're
first
always
stream.
welcome here.
no doubt, no doubt, and I'll be back around. Peace and blessings. Out.
Hmm. Well, thank you. Well, thank you very much. Um, if you want to, share about your platform, by all means, not everyone knows about your platform.
Yeah, so it's pretty much um, you guys could just look it up, just millennial underscore mulatto underscore George Orr. And just at this point, it's just more of a family driven page, hence all like the photos that you see of my immediate family and everything. It's more about like positivity and like uplifting like one another, edifying one another, one another, and just like sharing your testimonies. Because I always talk about how you should be a good source of inspiration to others, whether that is sharing your testimony, like in other case with myself, is that I was a big time self-hater. I was what people would call a quote unquote COON, but we're not going to get into that. You guys get the idea. So I took it upon myself to change my heart and bring me to where I am today. And so that's adding value though, because a lot of our people, like regardless of where where you stand on like racial issues or whatever, a lot of us just deal with all that trauma and all that hurt, and more importantly self-hatred, such as Ona. You guys already know Ona. So we ought to be that inspiration to those like her, to inspire somebody like her to change her heart so that she can finally have like that semblance of peace that we're all striving for. Because we all want that peace, right? Well, you're never going to get that peace without self-acceptance. So my message is to somebody like Ona is to Ona, accept yourself, and then finally you'll be able to have all the peace that you want. But clearly, girl, you had a lot of inner chaos and hurt going on.
Okay. I think this is the question here. Did you get into that space? We all in an all white area.
No, I grew up in Berkeley, California, the Bay Area. If you grow up there, you're going to see everybody. But let's just say that I got into all that scene just through connections, along with personal experience, such as racial harassment that I experienced in elementary school from black
Okay, I
kids.
apologize. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Do you wish to address this question?
Yeah, I just did.
Well, okay. But
Well, but there's a lot to it though. But that's like a basic overview.
okay. Well, like I said, the whole point of this stream. First of all, it was not to attack anyone, but there's certain things that I needed to, to give my point of view. I mean, first of all, the fact that Gigi being doxxed, I mean, that's insane. Okay, and all the false allegations or what have you. And look, whatever you might think, I mean, you think about Gigi. Gigi has a heart of gold, and also she has supported other creators. I mean, so I mean, I just wish that people, stop painting this crazy narrative and just try to analyze her more, you know, logically. Of course, that's easier said than done.
Correct.
Yeah, and and the fact of the matter is, I do not wish any ill will towards Hybrid. I just wish that he gets the therapy that he needs, and I think that the best thing for him to do is just get off of YouTube altogether for a few months, get the therapy he needs, and then get back on YouTube, and
Exactly.
then he can produce enlightening content.
Exactly. And if anything,
Okay,
to the message to
and
Hybrid. Oh, sorry. Continue.
no, go ahead, please continue.
No, it's just what I'm just going to say is that just to the message to Hybrid is that like, bro, like I do remember you like in like the Discord talking about how you want to uplift your people and everything, but you don't really do that. And just kind of like what other people have said, you have this tendency to cannibalize off of your own kind, which is not really being exactly pro quote unquote mulatto. And then it, bro, like if you're all about like heteronormativity and all that other stuff, then practice what you preach. You have a girl, if that even is your girl, who happens to be in her 20s. What's stopping you from knocking that girl up and marrying her? Now that is just as heteronormative as you can get. You can still have kids. So what's stopping you? Until you do that, I'll take you seriously. And then, until you remove all this little troll pages and all that other stuff, then you'll be taken seriously. Until you're a lot more professional and just a little bit more dignified in how you structure and go about with things, then you'll be taken seriously. But right now, I don't take you seriously because you're doing the exact opposite of what me and you talked about in your Discord, and you're not even practicing what you preach. But dude, when I get my lady, I'm going to practice what I preach. But it's quite pathetic that you're not doing that. But then I already know you're going to do your little narcissistic, or be your narcissistic self by just, doing what you usually do. but I'll be expecting that.
Yeah. And
He's not going to
he's,
like me saying that, but I like to be very brutally honest, and you'll be called out.
yeah. And of course, he's going to continue painting his narrative that that he is the only mulatto that knows what it is to be a mulatto, and claiming that he knows about life in the United States when he never stepped foot in the U.S. and things of that nature. And of course, anyone that appears, on Gigi's platform and Multi's platform is, they're simps, that they're feminine males and what have you. And all I can say is, Hybrid, do yourself a favor. Get the therapy that you so need. Okay? Because what you're saying and what you're doing um, comes from a person that has a lot of self-hatred.
Yeah, and just also being like a total hypocrite too, because he's over here saying that, oh, we're racist, 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 but dude, you're over here calling Grand Merchant ooga booga. Like, come on, man. All right. Well, looks like we lost Jose. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's you know what, it's becoming a struggle stream, but you know what, it is what it is. And and one thing that he needs to bear in mind, that every serious creator does not achieve success on their own. Okay, they need an audience, they need a constituency, they need a core group. And it just so happens that I'm very fortunate that I have a very diverse support group. You know what? And the fact of the matter is, I'm blessed to have people like you, Will, Gigi, Irby, Multi, um, the 18th Leather, the Intruder Boricua, and other people who support my content. I really appreciate all of you guys.
Feelings are mutual.
So, you know what? I think I'm just going to start to wrap this up. I said what I wanted to say. And look, this was never meant to be like an attack stream or a smoke stream. This is just basically to get some things that I wanted to say to get off my chest. Um, is there anything that you wish to add?
Yeah, same here. It's this is not really meant to like drag anybody though, but it is also meant to righteously rebuke somebody else's behavior. But it's not to put them down. It's just to give them the inspiration to self-improve. That's all. It's the
Yes.
same way that I said that, you know what, like, I'm not really going to like play this game of drama anymore. And I kind of set a rule in place to everybody, just, don't bring drama onto my platform, and do not message me on Discord or Facebook about such and such and your issues with such and such. I don't care.
Um, look, it just basically, I just basically saying I'm just basically saying what's on stating what's on my mind. Um, hey, Multi, good evening. Thank you very much for stopping by. Basically, look, basically the whole point of the stream is just basically there's certain things that needed to be addressed. First of all, regarding hybrid and the fact that his channel was deleted the second time, and this ongoing um, you know, non-stop conflict, or well, I can't really say conflict with the same people all the time. And, it does that. And I'll say this again, um, you, Multi, and Gigi, have really been supporting a lot of people, and unfortunately, that has not always been reciprocated. I know that, and and people continue to act. I know you wasn't referring to me. I know. Look, believe me, Grand Musha, I know you wasn't referring to me. Okay. But the fact of the matter is that I appreciate all of it. Okay. I appreciate you, Multi. I appreciate you, George. I appreciate you, Gigi. I appreciate. No, okay.
Exactly. Now, I need to go and have some dinner, but I am also about to say something that let's just say our haters are not really going to take too kindly to it, though, and in fact, it might even trigger them.
Okay.
But it's on my heart to say it. So before I have some tasty dinner, I'm going to say that, hey, Jose and Gigi, I love you too. I love you, Gigi. If I saw you guys in person, be a friendly hug, but I'm just going to hug you too in spirit. God bless you, and peace out.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and um, hopefully we'll be able to link, to get together real soon. Have a good night and blessings to you, brother.
Likewise.
Thank you. And look, well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, like I said before, this whole look, oops, look, this like I said before, the whole point of the stream was to discuss Look, the whole point was I just wanted to express my point of view. Okay, and my point of view is the following. I do not hate hybrid. I just, like I said, if it wasn't such a okay, can you hear me now? I'm sorry. I'm just having some trouble. This is a wise. Okay, okay. But like I said before, I just decided, you know what? I'm just going to use my platform and express my point of view. So after tonight, after tonight, um, the haters will hate. I'm just going to be the best version of myself, and I'm going to continue. And I'm just going to continue to be the best version of myself. Those that hate me will hate me. You know what? Whatever. Um, a mí no importa. I don't care. Really. Okay. And but like I said before, Multi, um, I will continue to share your content as long as you give me permission to do so. I know that even though you don't hop on that much, I know you watch my content, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you. I just okay. But in any case, I just want to say a huge shout out to the people who appear on the chat, and a huge shout out to the people that was on the panel. Okay, look, I understand not everyone is going to have. I know that. I know that. I know that. Believe me, I do. Okay, and if you don't mind, like I said, I kind of think if you and Gigi are you're like my cyber daughters. Okay, so, and sometimes, okay, let's you know what, I think I'm gonna put this stream to bed, because I'm not gonna have this going back and forth. The whole point was to simply to get off my chest. Okay. Yeah, I know. And I know, and a huge shout out to the people that are watching from the clouds. But in any case, let me just give you my final thoughts, which is the following. This whole stream was to simply to get certain things off my chest. Okay. I going forward, I'm not going to address hybrid so much. I mean, I did a couple of means, and I'm just gonna go ahead and be the best version of myself. I already made my point. The fact that he had lost 2 channels says everything. And people are not always going to get along with each other. I get it, but that's the whole point. And again, let me make this perfectly clear: anyone and everyone is welcome on my platform. Okay. All I ask is let's try to be mutually respectable, and whatever beefs that you have, don't bring it here, please. Well, in any case, I am gonna wrap this up, and of course, I'm gonna close the same way that I always close. Yeah, it is. I agree. I agree. It is a huge. It is a huge problem, and and for anyone that has not been a victim, it's easy. It's easy for them to talk. Okay, it's easy for them to talk. Okay. But in any case, thank you. I just want to say thank you very much for all the people who appeared in the chat, and all the people who have appeared on, on the panel. And of course, I'm going to close the same way that I always do close. We must do everything possible to minimize our experience, our exposure to mentally and intellectually challenged, because if we fail to do so, we will be infected by their stupidity and massive insanity. With that being said, this has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron, wishing all of you a good night. Take care and peace.